Hello everyone, this is Teacher JM and welcome to our subject for today, Science. Are you ready? Come on, let's go! Our topic for today is all about characteristics of solids. First, let's see the following objectives. Number 1, describe the solid state. Number 2, enumerate the different characteristics of solids. And number 3, give examples of solids. Now let's define what is solid. A solid is a state of matter which has a fixed shape and volume. It is characterized by particles that are closely packed together in a regular arrangement. First characteristic of solid is a solid has a definite shape. A solid has its own shape. Even when you transfer a solid from one container to another, it will not change its shape. Now let's answer this question. What are different ways to change the shape of a piece of crayon? Now let's look at the answers and compare with yours. Are you ready? We can change the shape of a crayon by using it, melting it through the use of fire, or even breaking it apart. The second characteristic of solid is a solid has a definite size. A solid will keep its size unless you do something to change it. Let's look at this question. Are you ready? What are different ways to change the size of a pencil? Now let's answer and compare it with yours. We can change the size of a crayon by using it, by breaking it apart, or by using a sharpener. Third characteristic of solid is a solid has a definite volume. Volume is the amount of space an object occupies. A solid takes up the same space even when you transfer it to another container. Let's answer this question. Which occupies more space, the ball in baseball or in basketball? Are you ready to answer? Great! So the answer is basketball. Because it is bigger in size, it also occupies the bigger space. The fourth characteristic of solid is a solid has texture. Texture is the feel or appearance of a surface of an object. Different solids may have smooth or rough textures. Now let's answer this question. What are examples of solid objects that have rough surfaces? Now let's answer and compare it with yours. We have hollow blocks, jackfruit, and sand. Do you have any additional answer? Awesome! And the fifth characteristic of solid is a solid may have color, smell, or taste. Some solids may have color, smell, or taste. Others may have none of this at all. Now let's answer this question. What are examples of solid objects that are colorless? Now let's answer and compare. Some solids that are colorless are glass and even plastic cover. Now let's look at examples of solids. A toy robot, a yo-yo, blocks, and a drum. And there are many more examples of solids. Now let's answer this question. Which of the things that you are currently using are solids? Let me hear some. Wow, that's great! Now let's check for understanding. What is a solid? A solid is a state of matter which has a fixed shape and volume. It is characterized by particles that are closely packed together in a regular arrangement. Now, what are the different characteristics of solids? There are 5 characteristics of solid. 1. Solid has a definite shape. 2. Solid has a definite size. 3. Solid has a definite volume. 4. Solid has a texture. And 5. Solid may have color, smell, or taste. What are examples of solids? Here are some examples of solids: a toy robot, a yo-yo, blocks, and a drum. Solids has a fixed shape and volume, that even if you move it from one place to another, it didn't change its size or shape unless you do something to it. I hope that you learn a lot about the characteristics of solids. See you next video! Again, this is Teacher JM. Thank you for listening. Stay safe, everyone.